My name's Rita Long, and I travelled to the USA and Canada to look at involving service users in their recovery in imaginative ways. I decided to apply for the fellowship because I was told that it was very difficult for people with a diagnosis of bipolar disorder to travel overseas, particularly when it involved a time zone. And I really believed that I could actually travel somewhere like America and Canada where the time zone is like 4 hours difference, as long as I tweaked the things that I did. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to go, to actually show that if you actually look at yourself and manage things differently, you can travel wherever you want to go. Because I work in a university, lots of people travel to places abroad, to Europe, to America, Canada, New Zealand. And because I've not got any formal qualifications, I didn't fall into the criteria of people that would want to go. And I discussed it with my supervisor, and she thought about it and said, "Rita, why don't you apply for this?" and showed me the fellowship. And I was like really dismissive and thought, why would I go for something like that? Because they're not going to give it me. And she was going, no, I'd really like you to look at it. And I went on the website, and to be honest, it was the videos of people that had actually applied and got them that made me apply. Because people were saying, well, the same things as me, why would somebody give it to me? And that was my inspiration. The fellowship has impacted on me, it's given me confidence. I think it's probably the first time that I've got something on my own merit that people have believed in me and I've followed it through from beginning to the end. So that's given me the confidence that I can do it. And in terms of other people with mental health difficulties, people often say to me, well, you can't do that if you've got a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. You couldn't go through all that travelling and come home well. And I said, well, I did. And people have said, and I know that they've gone away and thought about it. So for me, it's the impact on the community that's as important as the things that I learn about service users in research that work in universities. It's absolutely ridiculously exciting that now there's a mental health category, and absolutely anybody that's impacted by mental health can apply. So what the Churchill Fellowship gives to people is the opportunity for people with a real passion and an idea to actually take that forward. So whether you're a person who lives with somebody with a mental health diagnosis or difficulty, whether you're a person yourself, whether you're a medic, a doctor, community worker, a volunteer, it doesn't matter. What matters is if you want to make a difference to people with mental health, you've got an idea and you've got a passion, you're in the community and make a difference. And if you've got that, that is what the fellowship's about. I think, people talk about mental health at work, and we look at different categories, for example, mental health sickness, away from work, stress, anxiety. But really, mental well-being impacts on every single employer, every single employee. And if employers really want to make a difference, if they actually could look at their staff's mental health and well-being, it would really be an investment financially and everything else in their own business. So it makes good business sense. So I would say, if you are an employer and you don't think mental health's on your agenda, maybe you should actually perhaps spend some time looking at it and maybe investing some time in people doing a fellowship or doing a fellowship yourself. I think for most people with, or a lot of people with a mental health diagnosis, there are a lot of barriers in your life, whether it be education, social, stigma, everything else, and we spend a lot of time adhering to those. But what I would say, the Winston Churchill Fellowship is actually one of those people that those barriers aren't there. They're not removing them, they're actually not there. So if you're a person who's experienced barriers and don't want to apply because of that, forget it. There's no excuse, just give it a go. If you've got a passion in the heart, just give it a go.